station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
My condolences go out to the parents at this point in time. I can only imagine what they're going through now.
I don't know how to feel. I'm very devastated myself. I'm sorry for the family.
Yeah, just heartbreaking. Now at 9 in DC News Now, a community reeling. We're live in Alexandria after a toddler died after falling from a high-rise building.
And a Maryland community saddened and angry after an apparent crime of hate.
To know that people came here in the dark of night to spread hate, it's gut-wrenching.
The flag supporting the LGBTQ community burned in Silver Spring, Maryland.
And our weather right now, still a little bit hazy outside this late hour at 9 o'clock on your Wednesday. Will it continue into tomorrow? I'll have the answer coming up.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
It's great to be with you. I'm Thasmeen Mahfouz, and developing tonight out of Alexandria. A 3-year-old falls to his death from the window of a high-rise apartment building. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla has been outside the complex all day.
And Max, the whole community understandably is shaken tonight.
Yeah, when people were getting home from work, coming here to their apartment complex, they kind of reacted with different feelings. Some people kind of palmed their head in their hands. Other people's sigh kind of said it all. It was a community where they know something happened right here in a place they call home. And they are just trying to process what they called an unspeakable tragedy. It's a scene nobody wants to see, and a tragedy no one wants to even believe could happen. But on Wednesday, a 3-year-old boy fell to his death from a window at the Arrive Alexandria luxury apartment complex on Yoakum Parkway.
I'm very devastated myself. I'm sorry for the family that, have to deal with that.
We still don't know much about the toddler or his family, though police said there was an adult in the apartment. Police first responded around 2 o'clock.
They responded out here and they found the child, and they found that the child had succumbed to their injuries.
Throughout the afternoon, police continuing to investigate how it happened. Chief Don Hayes would not share information about the window because of the ongoing investigation. Here's how Deontay Peacock, who lives in the complex, described his.
There is a lock that you have to pull and latch and open the window, and you have to slide it.
While the investigation moves ahead, people are feeling for and grieving with the family.
Our first responders, the officers, the firefighters who respond out there, they're parents, and they have feelings also. And so we all have that feeling because we care about life.
Everybody has to encourage the whole family to keep each other together in order to make sure they can get past all of this.
So tonight, Chief Hayes is saying this is a opportunity, a reminder really for parents and babysitters alike to make sure you keep an eye on your child or children in the apartment and wherever you end up going. As for Peacock, the man you just heard from who lives in this complex, he says he hopes this is a chance for apartment management to go through and make sure everyone's locks on their windows are functioning and operating. Reporting live in Alexandria, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. And new tonight in the district, a new space for members of the LGBTQ community. The Capital Pride Alliance and DC Center held a ceremonial groundbreaking on their new community center in Northwest DC. The 6,600 square foot building will include 10 offices and several co-working stations. Officials for the center say the large space will allow for more outreach.
We're going to be bringing a host of different organizations together under one roof to be a one-stop shop for the LGBTQ+ community. Whatever services you might need, instead of hopping around the city, there's going to be one central spot that we can connect you, bring you to different services and support that you might be requiring.
The city invested $1 million to help build the facility. Andrew Zapfel says that it'll have 2 different spaces and several counseling rooms as well. It's expected to be finished in a couple of months.
And developing now in Montgomery County, several pride and Ukrainian flags burned in a Silver Spring neighborhood.
Yeah, and tonight police are asking for help in finding whoever is responsible. Investigators calling the incident on Mansfield Road hate-based vandalism. DC News Now's Marie Sase has been talking to neighbors there all day, and she joins us now live.
Yeah, Marie, the community is coming together to stand against this.
Yeah, that's right. As you walk or even drive down this Silver Spring neighborhood, you'll see a lot of flags and signs in front of people's home. But take a look at this home behind me. We're going to zoom in and look at that flagpole. What's missing? An actual flag. Now, this is one of at least 8 separate incidents that have taken place just overnight where several flags were damaged. And people in this Silver Spring community say they're traumatized, but they say they're coming together to stand against it.
To know that people came here in the dark of night to spread hate, it's gut-wrenching.
Flags missing, burned, and damaged, and a community left saddened by what police are calling another hate crime. Pride and Ukrainian flags were burned in front of several Silver Spring neighborhoods, including Mansfield Road, Wayne Place, Ellsworth Place, and more. It happened late Tuesday night.
My heart sank to know that this happened in my own neighborhood. To go onto someone's property and to burn a sign, to tear a flag, or to scribble some graffiti on another piece of property just takes a certain level of hate.
The incident happened just hours after Montgomery County Council voted to create an anti-hate task force.
It also shows why we need to have this task force and why we need to continue sharing with everybody our inclusive message of love, of diversity, and of equality.
But this vandalism is not stopping the community from coming together.
First I was angry, and then I said, no, the really good thing to do at this point is to support each other.
After the incident, Martha Brendan and several neighbors bought and put up pride flags in front of their homes to send a clear message.
I want them to realize they're attacking the whole community.
Now, neighbors say they plan to gather on Saturday to discuss and find solutions to the hate crime they've been seeing across the county. And in the meantime, police are checking ring cameras and gathering as much information as they can to find the suspects who did this. For now, reporting in Silver Spring, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. Meanwhile, a word of warning ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Be careful while setting off fireworks.
Yeah, so last night, 2 people were rushed to the hospital after an explosion gone wrong.
Yeah, Montgomery County bomb squad and fire crews rushed to a home in Darnestown for reports of an explosion in a garage. Turns out it was fireworks. The blast badly damaged the garage, also several cars.
And in case you didn't know, setting off fireworks is illegal in Maryland unless you have a special permit. It's also against the law in D.C. and Virginia.
All right, not a good night for fireworks tonight. More smoky haze out there. Let's check in now with meteorologist Scott Sumner in for Janessa tonight.
And Scott, we'll see more sunshine and the heat returning tomorrow.
Yeah, and we'll have some fireworks, Mother Nature fireworks forming here by Friday. Now, right now, we don't have any thunderstorms, though it looks like it's dark out there in the sense that there are dark clouds with thunder and lightning on top of us. But no, that's just got kind of that hazy look to the feel and look to the sky here as you see it across our Potomac River here from D.C. in Roslyn, Virginia. Currently, air quality is still very poor. Really, not much has changed since we spoke earlier around 7 o'clock or so. So again, you have to deal with this for the next couple of hours. Overnight, we may see a little reprieve. It's been a little breezy out there as we've had winds up to about 15 miles an hour. So we might have a little bit more clearing taking shape from the smog and from the poor air pollution that we have out there right now, because visibilities are currently anywhere from 2 to as much as 7 miles, which is below where we should be. Now, tomorrow, our air quality will once again be on the poor to bad side with code oranges and code reds, meaning, yes, very unhealthy air is in place here. And that's what the air quality headlines are showing, code orange and red for Thursday. The haze is gone by the weekend. Yeah, so we have one more day of this, and then we have to deal with the heat and humidity and the thunderstorm. So what about our regular headlines? We have, yes, the air quality alert here as we go throughout the day on Thursday, and it'll be a little bit warmer too. But rain chances, they will arrive here on Friday. Stick around through the weekend. We'll talk more about that and show you the 7-day forecast in just a few.
All right, all new tonight in D.C. There are now more options to grocery shop in Ward 1.
Yeah, so Lidl opened its doors in Columbia Heights today. It marks the grocery chain's second location in the district. Clearly very excited about it. We got our reporter Marielle Carbone live outside the store for us tonight.
And Marielle, customers tell you they're really excited to have some more competition in the neighborhood.
Yeah, so excited that people were lining up outside the grocery store this morning to get in. Now, Chris, speaking of that competition, we have the Giant nearby and, of course, the Target right here. And while some people say it's a good thing to have so much competition in the area, others are saying that it's frustrating to hear there is yet another grocery store opening west of the Anacostia River. All day long, shoppers made their way in and out of the newly opened Lidl in Columbia Heights.
Great selection, and it's nice to see that they have some international products as well.
Stephen Klausner says he and his neighbors have been anxiously waiting.
So my roommate was actually one of the first people here. He got up at 7 o'clock and he started waiting online.
I think it's awesome. I've been waiting.
So is Leonardo Soto.
Actually, I'm excited that it's here. Gives a little bit of motivations for the community. That's more options.
But for others,
it is frustrating.
LaMonica Jones is interim director of DC Hunger Solutions. The group recently studied the grocery gap district-wide.
The disparity is still very much present.
According to its latest report, Ward 1, which includes Columbia Heights, had 12 full-service grocery stores in 2021. Ward 7 and 8 had just 3 combined. Meanwhile, the poverty level for Ward 8 was 27%, about 5 times the level of Ward 1.
A lot of the residents that are living in these areas, they do rely on our federal nutrition programs. And so it is important that they have multiple different ways and places in which they can use their benefits.
Jones says district government has made efforts to incentivize opening a food business in Ward 7 and 8. But she says more needs to be done to address the disparity.
It's still there. It's still ongoing.
All right, so we know the numbers from that report have changed a little bit. In fact, the first Lidl to open in D.C. opened last year in Ward 7, but still the number of grocery stores in Wards 1 through 6 really outweigh the number in Ward 7 and 8. Chris and Thesmine, DC Hunger Solutions does plan to update its report later this year. Reporting live in Columbia Heights, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.